morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.
Good morning, SKN. I am Jamie Morris.
And I'm Mimi.
All right, so it's good to have you with us for another edition of Good Morning SKN. We'll get right into the latest. And the latest, top of the latest, Mimi, the results from yesterday's National Carnival Queen pageant show that Miss Canine Blanchett has emerged victorious.
Miss Nakira Nichols.
Miss Nakira Nichols.
Yes, has emerged victorious.
My
and Canine Blanchett is first runner-up.
My apologies.
Saskia
so thank you
Evans
so
is
very
second
much.
runner-up. Yes.
Well, that's why I wanted you to say it. So keep going. All right. So we'll have more in what's happening. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
So as we move into the latest on the local scene, we have this in from SKNIS Pastor St. Kitts, December 28th. The St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force is actively working to replace the Coast Guard unit, its main cutter Stalwart, which has been in operation for 38 years. So apparently this vessel is actually, well, the Coast Guard says that they're receiving additional demand for security purposes and also in terms of disaster preparedness, and they also facilitate or help the region, etc. So they're looking to replace them. They're going to be procuring that vessel. 38 years old. Interesting name, Stalwart, then our national anthem. Nice. All right, so other local news.
So,
Right.
I mean, keeping on the same beat with the Coast Guard plans to expand its presence in Nevis. The St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard unit is expanding its presence to Nevis to ensure that marine operations remain safe and in torrential waters are protected. The unit falls under the flag of St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force, which is commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Comrie. And he appeared on the radio and a television program Working for You on December 28, 2021, and said that the security officials have identified Nevis as a soft spot where illegal operations are more likely to take place. In response, the Coast Guard has made a productive decision with the Nevis Island Assembly and has enhanced its footprint and increased activity in Nevis. So the Coast Guard getting really busy at the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022. So I feel safer already.
Absolutely, absolutely so. So in other local news, the Nevis Tourism Authority plans to host nothing like an Envision holiday again. This again from the Nevis Island Administration. So yes, here we go. So they've made it known their intentions to host nothing like a Envision holiday event again in December of 2022. The announcement came on the heels of the inaugural event, which was held at the Hermitage Inn on December 18th, 2021. And apparently, well, this in from Miss Jadine Yard, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, Chief Executive Officer of the Nevis Tourism Authority. She says, quote, "The holiday season is such a special time for everyone to get together and celebrate life. And we wanted to gift Nevisians and travelers with the opportunity to celebrate together safely this year." There were also, I think it was, more than 2,000 online followers
Oh, wow,
from outside
that's
the region.
great.
So
I guess they had great reviews.
indeed.
So I missed it this year, so maybe I'll catch it next holiday season.
Yes. So this brings us to the end of the local scene for the latest, and we will regroup and return for more of Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered?
Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
And we are back on Good Morning SKN, and we're going to get to the latest, in regional news. OECS member states win at 2022 Caribbean Travel Awards. Members of the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States emerged winners in several categories of the Caribbean Travel Award 2022, defying the challenges of a global pandemic that dealt us a devastating blow in the main revenue-generating industry for the Eastern Caribbean countries. OECS member states have strategically pivoted their tourism operations to maneuver a myriad of challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, a complete shutdown of the tourism sector, lockdowns, phased reopenings, strict entry restrictions, limited airlift, and staff shortages are among some of the daunting obstacles for the tourism industry. Director of the OECS, Dr. Dadikus Jules, congratulated the winners, noting that once again, the OECS countries have demonstrated their ingenuity and commitment to excellence. So here are the OECS 2022 winners for the Caribbean Travel Awards. And we have the Caribbean Tourism Minister of the Year, hailing from St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, St. Kitts and Nevis, from St. Kitts and Nevis, Culinary Destination of the Year, Grenada, Caribbean Airport of the Year, Visibird International in Antigua, Caribbean Hotelier of the Year, Bay Gardens Resort St. Lucia, Small Hotel of the Year, and Anjita Beach in the British Virgin Islands, Caribbean All-Inclusive Hotel of the Year, Hammock Cove in Antigua, Wellness Hotel of the Year, Zemi Beach House, I love this place, in Anguilla. So yes, our very own island making it on the list with the Tourism Minister of the Year, in Lindsay Grant.
Great accomplishment.
I've seen the billboards. So really great news for St. Kitts and Nevis and all the rest winners. Again, as stated in the story, we had a lot of challenges and ongoing challenges that, we're working around, but it was really amazing to see how a lot of the islands were able to pivot and be more creative and to revive their industry like we did here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, great story. In other news, on the international scene, this story from Sky News, more than 90% of community COVID cases in England are now Omicron, according to the latest data. Mm-hmm. So as it is now by far the dominant variant, the United Kingdom Health Security Agency, UKHSA, said it would stop providing Omicron-specific daily updates from the 31st of December. So the total number of Omicron cases identified in the UK is 210,122. The highest daily figure was on December 27th. There were 45,307 cases there. And what we know coming from the authorities is that the Omicron variant continues to cause real problems. This is a quote, and you're seeing cases rising in hospitals as well. So although the Delta variant seems to be, less mild than, the Omicron variant seems to be less mild than the Delta, they're proceeding with caution. suffice it to say that they're doing
Right.
that. So that news coming out of England on Sky News. And that brings us to the end of the latest for this morning. We will be back with more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Calypso, Calypso, Calypso. For this carnival season, we have had the pleasure of featuring various Calypsonians, both past and present. These artists are not only the holders of melodious voices, they also are the creators of some of the most socially relevant songs within the Federation. Today we meet such an icon, my neighbor, Clement Monaco Gogh. Mr. Gogh began his journey in Carnival within the Calypso arena. However, he has made an indelible mark in the festivals in general. His Carnival career culminated with him becoming the National Carnival Chairperson. It was him and his committee who coined the term Sugar Mass in 2010. Join us as we welcome the icon himself, Clement Monaco Gogh.
Wow, I hope I can live up to that icon status, you know what I mean? But good morning, it's great to be here. To all the viewers, we definitely appreciate you tuning in today. And hey, we're going to talk Calypso, as she said. And guess what? Tonight is the National Calypso Finals.
Yes.
So, interesting.
Yes, interesting. So can you tell us first, what caused your involvement in Calypso? Why Calypso?
I mean, I knew that I could always sing from I was small, and I don't know, maybe we got the musical inclination from my dad. So I knew I could sing, and I was singing in the church back in the village. And then they introduced the Junior Calypso competition in 1973. Oops. And I decided to enter. It was the year that I went to the Bastia Junior High School, as it was that time. And they had a competition the summer before that. So I decided to enter the fray. I did. I wasn't successful that first year. But after that, they couldn't beat me.
I'm convinced.
Take us back, if you can, to that very moment when you took the stage at Bastia Junior High School. What was that like? If you can recall.
My first experience of singing on a stage was at the Apollo Cinema. That's where they sell chicken right now, ready fried?
Yes, the movies.
Okay, good, the movies. That's the old movies.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was set up like a nice setup, just like the Apollo in New York. We had 3 segments, and the bottom segment was pit. So that's where I sang first, and then it was the semifinals, I think, the semifinals of the Junior Calypso competition, 1973. And that was a crazy experience. I don't know, I was nervous about going on the stage, and I didn't do as well as I knew that I could do. So I vowed to make it up the following years, and I certainly did.
So what has been the most notable moment of your career, your extensive Calypso career?
That's a good question.
Or if you have more than one, you could tell me.
Notable? All right, I did a 50-minute documentary with the BBC called Lost in Music that a lot of people here probably haven't seen, because the BBC owned the rights. They showed it in England and in the rest of Europe. The script was written by Carol Phillips, who is an author from St. Kitts as well. And so that was a high for me. Going to Rio for Carnival.
Oh, wow.
That was,
as a Calypsonian?
No, as a spectator. I just wanted to see what it was all about. That was a high for me as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, there are others as well too, because winning 4 Junior Calypso crowns is still a record today. Somebody tied the record, but nobody's broken it.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny, this morning when I got up and I'm thinking about the interview, and it just occurred to me that, hey, did any other Calypsonian in St. Kitts won 4 crowns in a national Carnival Calypso competition? And the answer is no. I was the first between seniors and juniors between 1973 and 1979. Ellie Mac got his 4th crown in 1980, so that's a high.
Yes,
definitely a notable moment.
That's definitely.
Yes, and I mean, to crown it off though, way back when, you know, there was a song called Sawfish Tongue, and it made it pretty well on the international scene. It was on the charts in New York on WLIB for quite a few years. I mean, for quite a few weeks, I'm sorry. And it made it to 2 compilation albums, one in Canada, one in New York. And it also made it on the Caribbean music segment on BWIA. I mean, I'm sorry, on American Airlines, back in the day when they flew from New York to Puerto Rico. And you had to take, you know, the little plane to come over to St. Louis. But yeah, that's a lot of highs.
Yes.
I've had some lows too, eh? Just so you guys know.
Even in those lows, I'm certain that you've had lessons that informed your subsequent decisions, and you can look back on it and say,
yeah. I mean, 1986 was one of those years, and everybody said, "Yeah, you got the crown, and you know, it didn't happen. Something happened." So yeah, that, you know, there are lows as well too. And in Calypso, I mean, you know, that's what it is. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down,
That's
depending
life.
on, you know. I know. So in Calypso, it's pretty much the same as well.
Quick question about your name, Monarch. How did that come to be, and why did you select it? Or did you select it?
Well, to be honest with you, when I started, I used the name then, and they said, no, somebody in Trinidad had that name already. And one of my, I don't remember who it is. So one of my classmates or schoolmates said, you know, why not Monarch? To be honest with you, I had no clue what Monarch meant. It's in subsequent years that I know it refers to. There's a monarch butterfly, and monarch means king. You know, so I guess I was always a king.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
You know, so that's how that happened, and I've carried it ever since.
So we've spoken to a few Calypsonians, I'm sorry, for December. Can you tell us what issues have you spoken about in your songs? I know that Calypso is a commentary, social commentary, and I know lots of Calypsonians use that platform to address certain societal issues, certain pains that they may be feeling, or pains that of the people in the community.
Correct.
So what topics did you touch on in your career?
Well, early on when I was in the competition, of course I did social commentary, even though back then, you know, in the Calypso competition, you would have somebody singing what we call a slow song in the first round, and maybe something more fast in the second round. That, I guess, started to go away because everybody said, well, lyrics is 40 points, and they consider that they can't sing a fast song and sing lyrics. I don't know why. So back in the early years, even in the junior Calypso competition, it was social commentary. Not so much political commentary, but that made a part of it as well too. And then after I entered the senior Calypso competition, I had a bad experience that year. And after that year, don't care what they say, they couldn't get me to like singing in a competition. Even though I did because of peer pressure, and because people expected me to do well when I went to the senior Calypso competition. I was coming off of 3 in a row in the junior Calypso competition. I had already gone to Trinidad and recorded with one of the icons in music, Art Dakota. So people expect me to do well. And I had a bad experience in that semifinals. And I decided, I like competition. So I started to write music geared towards party. I liked the Trinidad soca at the time, and so that's where I went to do my first 3 recordings, 2 with Art Dakota, 1 with the late Kenrick Georges, and then I moved on from there, New York, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, to do recordings. So yeah, I mean, it turned into a lot of music that people could dance to, and you know, you get a catch line similar to what the soca artists are doing these days, but you know, a little different, maybe more constructed still as a calypso, as opposed to, you know, what we're hearing from the soca artists these days. And you know, nothing against them, of course, that's what it is for them, you know. So Yeah, a bit of both.
All right, well, we will return to continue our conversation and have a little more fun with Monarch in a moment. More Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
Check the area code, direct the area code. Anywhere me go, you know me touch the road like this, touch up the road like this, touch up the place like this, touch up the stage like this, like this. Come rep your place, rep your flag, where you're from, who you are. The world is a stage, so showcase like a star. You little up, we digging that we come from far. Then we take it to the world, so I carry us down. So we roll, yeah, so we roll, yeah. High performance anytime we touch the road, yeah, that's how we roll.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN, and now we'll take a short look at one of your viral for the day, viral songs, Selfish Tongue, and let's see if you relive some of those memories. Can you tell us what inspired those lyrics? What inspired that song?
Well, it came from a journey, actually. I went to New York in 1983 as a Calypsonian seeking out, the international scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I got signed up to a small label. The small label sent me to Trinidad. So I was in Trinidad for Christmas and Carnival, I think 83, 84. And I met one of the greatest writers of Calypso, Winsford Devines, who passed away recently. And I used to hang out with him, and he gave me the idea one day, and thus the song was born. It's, of course, double entendre, so, different meanings. But I think, back then we were writing a lot different to what we're hearing on some of these bands now in St. Kitts,
Mm-hmm.
We don't go as deep as that. So it's very nice, it's very diplomatic. But people loved it because, not only because of the lyrics, but because it was easy to sing as well.
Right,
The chorus was easy to sing.
Right.
So that's where that was born. My first time experiencing Carnival in Trinidad. And so it was born.
It does have a little Trinidadian
yes.
sound.
It was arranged by one of the top arrangers at the time, Frankie McIntosh, who is from St. Vincent, but he works in New York, and he had worked for, all the top Calypsonians at the time that we recorded it in New York. So, yep.
And what was that experience like? Did you know that it would go that international? And when you realized what was happening, what was those feelings like?
I knew that it sounded good.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. But I was Monarch from St. Kitts. Nobody know who Monarch is. And sometimes, of course, kisses go by favors. In New York at the time, because I was on the scene in New York. In New York at the time, everybody wanted their song to play on WLIB, which was the station that broadcasts Caribbean music, mostly Calypso. And they had a chart every Saturday. So, went to a big label. It was Bees and Charlie's at the time, the two big labels in New York. And Bees accepted it right away. They loved it. They said, yes, we're going to do it. And so they did it. And the first time I kind of had an inclination that it might do good was back in the days in New York. You had a record store. You had a DJ playing music. Yes, and he's introducing music to people who are coming in to shop. This was records. And so the guy who was doing that, the DJ, told me, he says, listen, before the song was released, I was just playing it to customers who came into the store, and he sold over 20 copies. And that's when I felt as if, well, yeah, maybe there's something to it. And so they're big label, they have access to the big media. They went to WLIB, whatever they did, over the table, under the table. It made it work. And so it was played on WLIB. Kind of went viral, and I don't know, back then we didn't have no cell phones, so I have no idea how people were reaching me to do shows, but they were reaching me. So out of that, I didn't make a lot of money from the recording itself, but the shows that came because of the popularity of the song. Yep, that's what happened. So, but I don't know if my emotion would have told me that, yeah, this is something really big or whatever it is. I think I'm still a humble person. So though I acknowledged what was happening, it wasn't for me to be, ringing the bell. You know what I mean? So it was a good feeling, of course. Rubbing shoulders with all the top Calypsonians of the day, from Sparrow, Kitchener, Shot, Arrow, Come Down. That was a great experience for me. So, and that was the song that people always want to hear.
Now that you're here, that puts you in what I suspect would be quite a unique position, because you have all of this experience, and then you're able to see, I suppose, what the future of Calypso looks like. Does that make you hopeful at all?
Yes, it does. I know COVID has changed this situation from 2019 Carnival, but there were two levels of junior Calypso competition, which I think was, I don't know what they call it. One was junior and maybe teenage or something like that, and there was a lot of guys singing. The issue that I see, not very many are crossing over. At 18, you have to stop singing junior Calypso, and then you can go into the senior Calypso competition. Over the last couple of years, not very many people came through. When I was singing in the junior Calypso competition, that's what we were aiming for. I even went early. I went when I was 17 years old, because they didn't prevent you from being too young. But nowadays you don't see that. So I think that's one of the areas that we probably need to look at. To get that transition, for people to start replacing the Star Shields and the Socrates and the Jackies and all those people, because you know, the future is right there.
Right.
The future is right there. The good thing about it, though, is that one of the finalists for the Soca Monarch this year, Power Soca Monarch, and the Calypso finals is Takeover. Takeover is the guy who tied the record in the Junior Calypso competition. So, you know, the transition was made, and look where he's at today.
Right.
I mean, he's in the finals of all the competitions. So, but that's something that I definitely think, you know, needs to be nurtured so that we get more people crossing over, or, you know, go young. That's what it is. I mean, in St. Kitts, they talk about the young people all the time, and I love them to death, you know, but you got to come in a setting like this in order for me to respect you, you know what I mean? But I love them to death. Just when you're doing it, you got to go hard. You can't go easy, or else, you know, all the other islands are going to go past you.
So you were the chairperson of Carnival, and we love the term sugar mass. Can you tell me where did that idea come from? I mean, it's beautiful. I think it sums up what we have here for Carnival so perfectly.
Yes. Actually, this was 2010.
Yes.
And they asked me to be the chairman of Carnival, and I did. And I kept racking my brain about, you know, what can we do different? I started to think about Spice Mass in Grenada, Vincy Mass in St. Vincent, and it just came Sugar Mass. Why not? And I went to Marcella Liebert was the minister at the time. She was at the meeting that we had that Saturday. I went in and I said, "This is it," and everybody liked it, and we published it. And it was kind of late, but most of the Calypsonians and the bands, they just started to sing about Sugar Mass all of a sudden. And so, you know, that's where that came from. But of course, it captures who we are as Sugar City, and it, you know, made it kind of easy. And it's good to see that is still continuing today. I only served 1 year as Carnival chair. And that's a story for another program. Right. You know, but we had a successful year that year. And that was the year also that we brought back the Soca Monarch in the form that it's at now. That's the year Congress did Unstoppable Force, won the Road March and the Soca Monarch. And of course, the current chairperson, Shannon, she was my deputy at the time.
Oh, wow. So your legacy.
Yes.
Your legacy lives on in Sugar Mass 50.
Yes. Absolutely.
So we've been talking with Clement Monaco, and he's been telling us a little bit about Calypso and also his involvement in Carnival. You're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll take a brief break and we'll be right back.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Art, painting, sculpture, literature, architecture, music, and film. In whatever form is an absolute delight for its observer. Art, it seems, captures our emotions in its lyrics and tempo, writing, color, and shapes that we ourselves cannot seem to express. We experience a range of emotions when reading books, looking at captivating films that completely absorb us. So today, Mimi and I will be discussing the emotions evoked by famous art pieces in the form of paintings, literature, and film, both regionally and on the international scene. So yes, there is literature, Mimi. This one, The Fist, it's entitled by Derek Walcott, St. Lucian poet. And I'm going to read it for you and hopefully evoke all of the emotions that the author intended to capture. So, the fist clenched round my heart loosens a little as I gasp brightness, but it tightens again. When have I ever not loved the pain of love? But this has moved past love to mania. This has the strong clench of the madman. This is gripping the ledge of unreason before plunging, howling into the abyss. Hold hard, then, heart. This way, at least, you live.
Wow.
There is, dare I say, a faux tear?
My tear is very genuine, Jamie. How dare you?
That's why I see it. I like that. What are your thoughts on that?
It's very touching.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very dramatic.
Quite.
What did you feel when you said it?
Well, all of those Element movies that I tend to watch came back to me in a flash, because that line, speaking of love turning into mania, it's like thin line between love and obsession, it seems, right? Especially when pain is involved, and that's what the author, I think, evoked. So, anyways.
I've never slipped to mania, so I can't say how thin that line is. But yes, it was a very strong piece.
Well, there you go. I don't know what to say to that. Maybe you take the next one, which is Phenomenal Woman.
Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou, an American author. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. It's not cute or built to suit a fashion model's size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my steps, the curl of my lips. I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. This is a pretty popular one. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I've heard it, and I love it very much. It really resonates with all the powerful, strong women out there, including our moms or sisters. So even if you may not be a woman, I'm sure that you can think
Check
of
the box.
I think you could think of some strong women that are in your life and who've left an impact.
Yeah, and I think for me, especially the last few lines, that captures what it means to be a woman. Yeah, I know we're getting into that territory where sometimes gender doesn't seem to come into play here, but traditionally, and you're absolutely right, the curl of my lips, I'm a woman phenomenally, the stride of my step, etc. All those things that men tend to admire with women. Yeah, I get that. You're embracing your womanness.
Yes, your femininity. Yes.
All
and
right.
if you feel like you need to embrace some of yours,
I'll embrace you right now. There you go. That's the femininity that I'm embracing. All right, we're moving on. So the other thing that we have to look at is,
some paintings,
Oh,
some
some paintings.
pieces,
Yeah.
some pieces of art.
Yeah, this one by Batala. He's a Colombian artist.
Yes, and she actually was in St. Kitts for some time,
Uh-huh.
if I remember correctly.
Okay. So we're going to look at that and comment on it. Not that I'm an art connoisseur, but we'll see.
I'm maybe in your own right.
Okay.
Are those fish? Is that like a fish basket?
This is like an outer world experience for me because I see the things. Okay, there's space.
Yes.
There's a satellite. There's a globe, but the fish are in space. So
And the man is also in space.
the man is also in space. Living beyond limits, is that what you get from that? Transcending boundaries?
Space fish. That's kind of what I got.
Or the world is upside down? Well, I would say limitless. That's what I get when I look at that.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's what I get.
That's a nice one. Do we know the name of this piece? No, we don't. So we're also going to look at another piece, Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, a Dutch artist. I think this is also a pretty popular one too.
Van Gogh in general.
Yes. Yes. We know this one quite well. There's definitely a whimsical vibe.
No, I just think that I want to go through that portal. It reminds me of Star Trek. Sorry, but it's Starry Night, right? So you go through those loops and then you end up somewhere else, which is imaginative. So hey.
That's great that you got that from that photo.
Why not? Of course, yes. It's gorgeous, though.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
And again, an iconic piece, one that we've seen so many times before.
This is actually my first time. Oh, okay. So there we go. All right. So we're going to take a very quick break, Mimi, and we'll be back with you guys for more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first. If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Hey everybody, we are back here on Good Morning SKN having what has turned into a very artistic morning.
Yes, in our expression segment.
So we are going to take a look at a scene from, or rather a clip, perhaps a still image even, of the movie Green Days by the River, which was directed by Michael Muldaur. First impression, Mimi.
I saw two smiling faces.
I think you can look in the mirror and see two smiling faces the same way.
Have you seen this?
I have
film?
not seen that,
I've
but
never seen it either.
it does look a little colonial.
It does. That's what you got.
That's what I got. I got Green Days by the River. I got perhaps post-slavery era.
No, that's not what I got.
That's not what you got.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong then. Well, you're right. It looks a little different now.
Yes, it does.
Tropical, even. Yeah. Okay. No.
Yeah, we'll probably have. I'll add that to my watch list.
You know what got me? The hats. I think it was the hats that got me a little bit.
Those are colonial type looking hats.
Well, it's not that, but when I look at movies like that, and I looked at I think it was The Runaway. What's that movie that Cynthia Erivo starred in? Harriet Tubman. That one.
Okay.
On the Brown Railroad.
Yeah.
She was wearing something like that, so I was like, okay, maybe it's one of those things. Plus, yeah.
So now we're gonna take a look at a clip or a screenshot of another movie, The Avatar, directed by James Cameron.
James Cameron.
I remember this one.
Yeah, but what do you see when you look at that, though? What does it evoke? Because I think that's the essence of this segment.
What feelings?
Yes, it's expressions, maybe. So express to me what you see.
I see blue people.
You can see Smurfs for that. You don't necessarily
They're not.
need that.
I mean, enhanced Smurfs, maybe.
Enhanced.
Much more enhanced Smurfs.
Are we going to see Garden?
What did you feel?
What did I feel?
Did you watch the movie?
I watched the movie.
Yes. What did you feel when you watched
graphics.
the movie?
Honestly, I look at things a little differently. So I was looking at shading. I was looking at how realistic it is. I thought the animation was so.
Yeah. I think the graphic budget was one of the biggest of its time, if I remember correctly. And I remember feeling like I was in a dream world.
Okay,
it was it was a great film, and I'm hoping that they're supposed to bring out a sequel soon.
Okay.
Yes, maybe next 2022 or 2023, I think.
Okay.
I think I know that we're in the middle of a panoramic pandemonium, so things are a little pushed back, but I'm hoping that they do bring out the sequel.
Oh, that's so funny. I gotta say, yeah, creativity for me has no limit. So I like when we're looking at these pieces, we can see, just like we did yesterday when we looked at the talent segment, the range that we get, depending on who, the author is or the maker is. So very creative pieces indeed. Yeah, it takes me back to what my favorite movie is.
What is your favorite movie?
I have quite a few, but I think my favorite movie for now, I'm going to bring out the kid in me right now, Toy Story.
Your favorite movie is Toy Story?
I'm a kid at heart, Mimi. I'm a kid at heart.
Okay.
Forever young. What's yours?
Fair enough. My favorite movie is La La Land.
La La Land. I heard that. Okay. Ryan Gosling?
Yes!
Got it.
That's my crush. Yes. La La Land. I love that one.
He sang and danced in that movie, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay. So
it was more of a musical, but not like a corny, cheesy one. It was very romantic.
There are corny, cheesy ones?
Yes. there are lots of those, but yes, that's my favorite movie. I've probably watched it 100 times and probably could sing all the songs. Yeah, I'm that type of fangirl. If I really love a movie, I'll watch it like, okay, I feel like I need a good cry today. Puts on La La Land and has a good cry, and then I'm ready to,
I gotta say though, that title, La La Land, sounds like the title of a rap song. I don't know, La La Land.
What?
Can't you feel it?
No, I can't.
La La Land, La La.
No, well, give us a rap. Since we're doing expressions, you seem to be inspired to do a rap. Let's go.
I guarantee you, it does sound like the title of a rap song.
So Jamie is promising us tomorrow.
La La Land. Come on, La La Land. You want me to rap tomorrow?
Yes.
Only if you sing and I don't have to pay.
No.
There you go. That's a deal breaker, Mimi. That's a deal breaker.
No.
Yeah, but speaking of that, I think I remember Into the Woods. Have you ever seen that? I wanted to see it because you're talking about musicals and movies and so on. Into the Woods, I think, was this film that was actually, I never saw it, but I think it followed nursery rhyme characters. So perhaps even a merger.
Was it an animated
No, it wasn't an animated film at all. I think Meryl Streep in that? I'm not even sure. Perhaps our viewers can tell us. But yeah, I know that, our former mutual choir director, actually recommended it. He liked it because of all the, music that was involved.
All the singing.
Yeah,
okay. Again, I'm not normally a big fan of musicals. I think that they get a little overbearing and annoying really quickly.
But you like the other one. So you were watching that for Ryan Gosling, weren't you? Wow.
No, but it wasn't really corny or cheesy. It was really, really entertaining. It was very old Hollywood. And I do like those. Yes, I do like those films. Okay. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I'm normally, every time I hear singing in a movie, I'm oh. But I gave that one a chance, and it was really, really good. Like, I cried, I laughed, I had a really, really good time. So can you guys let us know what your favorite movies are? We'd love to hear about them. And Jamie, of course, is going to do a rap by the name of La La Land tomorrow.
And Mimi's going to be so expressive,
I'm being very expressive
she's going to be very expressive.
He's going to do a rap. By the name of La La Land. Yes, you did.
You're the same one who volunteered me for eating salad last night. That too did not work. Yes.
So we're actually at the end of expressions.
Yeah, we are. What an expressive expressions it was. We'll be back with more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned, everyone.
This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help, let me go.
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch them out with me now.
Every weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health
Do
Organization.
you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
Flag, pace, and walk for the Power and Clothing Monarch Solar Competition this Thursday, 23rd December from 8 p.m. sharp. Groove and power up with Misha B, Detour, KO, Pino, Blade, Infamous and Takeover, Barry C, Statics, T-Bone, Jago and Tobap, Nine, and the reigning Groovy Monarch, Lucas H.E. Let's have fun, vibes, and energy all night for the Sugar Mass Solar Monarch this Thursday, 23rd December at 8 p.m. sharp. Purchase your tickets for $40 on skncarnival.com and at the Carnival office in the E.C. Daniel building. Strict COVID-19 health and safety protocols will be observed.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It is time for us to loosen up. So for today's Loosen Up, we're going to be talking about what just happened, what transpired the Christmas season, the season of giving. It's a very popular cliche that it is the season of giving, and that cliche is used around the Christmas season. But is it true? The holiday season is all about giving and receiving gifts for some, and some of these gifts, pardon the controversy, are often regifted. So today, Mimi and I will be discussing regifting gifts as we loosen up. So here's a scenario, Mimi. You know, you've got a gift, or perhaps you've given a gift. Somebody gives it to you, and you really don't like it, but you don't want to hurt the feelings of the person who gave it to you. You could either A, tell them that you don't like it, give it back to them, or perhaps in order not to hurt their feelings, you say, hey, really not going to let them know. Let me just give it to somebody else. Is that bad etiquette?
Of course
Is that awkward?
It's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I've regifted several things.
Guilty.
And I'm not ashamed to say it. Yes, if I may not have use for your ugly sweater, maybe somebody else may have use for your ugly sweater. Yes. And sometimes if I get a gift from somebody who I'm not quite fond of, I don't want it in my house, I just give it to somebody else. Yes.
Okay, you just took me down to the Chucky Lane in movies. So I don't want that in my house. Get it out of here.
Have you don't believe in regifting?
It depends on what it is. I think the whole issue for me is whether it is bad etiquette, because if somebody gives you a gift, but
what they don't know can't hurt. No, but what they don't know can't hurt them. Thank you very much for the gift. The thought is warming, but this is not my liking.
It depends, because it might be awkward. For instance, let's say this now. So scenario is that Mimi gets me a very ugly tie for Christmas, right? And I'm supposed to be wearing it on the show. So you guys are going to be seeing me at some point. You might actually think it's a very thoughtful gift. And, oh, Jamie, how's that tie going? Or Jamie, how's that?
Well, in those cases, sure. But in other cases, like if somebody buys me a pot, are they going to come to my house to see if I'm using the pot?
So if they ask you about it, what do you do? Because some people ask you.
Some people do ask, and that's when you know,
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Bend the story a little bit, and you're like, yeah, it's great. It's not great for me. You don't tell them this part. It's not great for me, but I'm sure it's great for somebody else.
This is the part of the program where I need to ask our viewers, what do you think? Is it bad etiquette to re-gift a gift that you've received from someone else without even seeking their permission? Should you seek their permission to re-gift?
No, but they gave you a gift. If I give you an ugly tie, it is now your tie. And if you feel the best thing to do with your tie is to gift it to somebody else, or to tie up and go with it, it's your tie.
I don't think you'd give me an ugly tie. I think you have better taste than that.
Yes, I hopefully.
What do you think at home, guys? At Studio 327 Inc., let us know, because this could be a very awkward conversation to have with people who give you things that they think are very thoughtful, right? So the other question is...
So have you, since you feel so bad about regifting, have you ever told someone that you don't like a gift? What do you prefer?
Well, that the assumption here is that I actually do receive a lot of gifts.
I didn't say that you receive lots of gifts.
So I don't have
know that you're on the naughty list. I know that you're on the naughty list, so you don't.
Am
You
I on
probably don't receive.
confession? Am I on your naughty list?
We'll see after today. But
There's time. There's hope, guys.
yes, there's maybe. But so, what do you prefer? Like, okay, if you gave me a gift, and the truth is that I really don't love the gift. What would you prefer me to do? Do you want
Come back to me.
Really?
Say, hey, you know, I like, but yeah, it's
That's
really
what
not
you
messed
want?
up. Some people prefer that.
No, but I'm asking you what you would.
That's fine. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I guess it depends on your comfort level with the individual as well.
True.
Perhaps that's what you say. If you have an open relationship, sure, honesty, best policy, that works. If you're not too familiar with someone and you think you're going to hurt their feelings, yeah, you might be caught in the place where you either have to pretend that you like the gift and show up with it at least once or twice, even though you don't like it, and then discard it behind their back, which is really bad. But hey, some people do. You know, you guys at home have done that. Come on, really, you've all done it.
I've done what?
Lie about liking something that you received.
Of course.
Case in point. All right, so the other question quickly is what gift could be regifted? Because it's like personal nature, right? So somebody buys you a cologne or perfume or something, or somebody buys you a scarf and they think it's pretty. Oh, like I say, Mimi, that goes with your, your red dress. Well, I think you should wear it tomorrow or the next time you wear that dress. Awkward, isn't it? If you don't.
It is awkward, but of course she says, yeah, sure.
And then I never see you in it.
Unfortunately, you didn't see me the time that I wore it.
And then I keep asking you for it.
No, I think eventually they'll forget and they'll.
No, not certain people. And then your conscience pangs start to get the better of you, and then you say, "Hey, maybe I should just wear it." I knew it. I knew there was none in there. I just knew that.
No,
that was a ploy. That was a ploy.
I mean, I have also received gifts from people that I didn't like, and use them to make them feel better,
That's
to
the
make
point.
them feel
Exactly.
fine. But you're not going to do that all the time.
Not all the time, but maybe once or twice, and then you get rid of it, right?
No, but then if I'm going to regift it, I'm not going to use it. Like I think the best solution to receiving a gift that you don't like is to regift it. It doesn't make sense to keep it when somebody else could use it. It doesn't make sense to wear it one time and then throw it away.
You could return
Give it
it.
to somebody. Well, Jamie, that's even worse. If you get a gift from somebody you don't like, you return it to the store and take the money.
Well, you can do that, or you could return it to the individual and say, "Hey, it's really not much. Why don't you give it to somebody who could use it?"
I think that's hurtful.
Okay, so lying behind their back isn't hurtful, but telling them the truth in front of their faces. You heard it here, guys.
But it's the truth. But it's the truth. What my grandmother used to say, my grandmother used to say, "What eyes don't see, heart can't grieve." So if they don't see. Sorry, Lord God, grandmother, rest in peace. But that's what she said. If they don't see it, if they don't know that you don't like it, they're not hurt. They're happy. I'm happy, and we're all good.
Listen, I gotta ask you guys at home: do you agree with Mimi on this? Is it awkward to even consider re-gifting something that somebody gave? Or do you agree with me that honesty is the best policy, depending on the nature of your relationship? And instead of re-gifting,
Jamie, you did pause. Honesty is the best policy depending on the that's not honesty. That's selective honesty. If it depends on the nature of the friendship,
it beats no honesty at all.
It does not. It does not. Honesty is the best policy only if you're comfortable. That's basically what you're saying. That's not really honesty.
But I'm not gonna lie all the time and be like, I'm gonna wear this and be like, oh, this is such a good gift.
You're gonna like some of the time. Wonderful, Jamie.
But hey,
such a great example of honesty.
What would your grandmother have said?
My grandmother would have said, "What eyes don't see, the heart can't grieve." So tell the person thank you. Let them enjoy the spirit of giving, because we know giving gifts makes the person feel happy on the giving end. Let them feel happy, and I'll feel happy with the thought that you thought about me. Even though I may not use this item that you bought me, I think that's fine.
Oh, this is so funny, Mimi. By the way, money was on this list, and I don't think that we regift money, do we?
No, we don't.
We don't ever regift money or
Never.
return money, do we?
No.
Is it a personal gift?
No,
Money?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think money is an excellent gift. Yes, that way the person can buy what they want. Why do you think this is
from
funny?
the person who says money's coming back to our stores with the borders open. So
Yes,
it's not
money is a
surprising.
great gift. Exactly, it gives me the opportunity to buy what I want. What if I need my bills paid? It's a great. I think money is an excellent
So
gift.
payment of bills is also a gift that you. Okay, interesting.
The gift that keeps on giving. You give to me, and I give to Flo Skellig.
I think we've scared our viewers enough for the day with this segment. It's time to go to a break. So let us know what your thoughts are about this whole regifting awkwardness scenario at Studio 327 Inc. All right, we'll be back with more Good Morning SKN and a flash, everyone. Stay tuned.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl I look me, but me no inna that. Big man no deal with back pamba.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Sugar Mass, this is perhaps the most exciting time here for us in the Federation. Kitishans and Nivishans far and wide travel to the Federation to experience the exhilaration of our local carnival for Junior Carnival, New Year's, Last Lap, and Parade Days. Unfortunately, since the pandemic struck in 2020, we have not been able to have our beloved Parade Days. So today, Jamie and I will be jumping into our time machine and traveling back in time to experience Junior Carnival Parade Day. So we'll take a look at a short clip of Sugar Mass 47. Nice at the good old days.
missing the action here. I feel like they should be in here right now with us. That's what I
Social distancing, Jamie. Social distancing. So I guess that was Carnival 2018 before the pandemic came in and changed their lives tremendously. But I always love like standing on Greenlands and looking on. It always seems like people are having so much fun.
It does.
And those kids are performing their lives out and they're having the time of their life.
They've got some moves. I saw that young lad there. Serious moves.
Yes. I've always wanted to play masquerades too, so maybe next year I'll play masquerade. Yeah, I think it's so much fun. I think it's beautiful. Everybody seems to be having lots of fun.
Say it loud enough and you'll be playing masquerades in the studio.
You know what? I'll take it back. Don't want to play any masquerades.
I think they've already heard you.
Don't want to play any masquerades at all. But what is your favorite part? Do you go to and watch the street parade?
Yeah, I do. My favorite part, I think, last time I went, and I don't think I'm lying here, maybe about 3 years ago, in fact, 2018, New Year's Day, I went to check out the New Year's Day parade. I was there on Greenlands. It's a really nice place to be because you see everybody who comes by who weren't necessarily living here. You see your neighbors as well, familiar faces, and you see them breaking loose. You know, they're
right. You see some people in an element that you've never expected to see them, which is also very entertaining for me. Like it's good to know that some people could, shake loose and break a leg. So that's always really, really
Here's
fun.
what I'd say to that. Sugar Mass is our version of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So
I don't think so because we just saw some of it on the screen. Does it really?
We're still here, so we're kind of like in Vegas now, right? Maybe.
If you feel that way. Do we have another clip?
Seems that way. Okay, so Junior Carnival, Sugar Mass 48. Here we go.
Calling me name, got me tripping like me possessing.
Wow.
Sugar man is calling me, it's calling my name, and I will be there. A type of music, voices inside my head, went down by the doctor. He tell me spot I let go the evil.
I think the parade was a tremendous success. The colors and the energy of the children was really good.
Oh, the energy that comes from that shot. I'm kind of disappointed that they're cutting those videos too quickly,
I think they're cutting them too quickly. I think I remember it like it was yesterday because I was just seeing some of the GQ contestants, a show that they didn't have this year, unfortunately. But I remember all of those contestants. I remember the show. I remember having such a great time. So yeah, this is really a trip back in the time machine. I'm feeling a little nostalgic.
Am I going to see a tear again? Oh, there it is. That full tear.
But yes, the masqueraders, they actually have the St. Peter's actors. Remember, we had them here. Some really daring guys.
I tried the hat for you, so it's somewhere. That picture is somewhere. I don't know where it is, but maybe you guys are home will see it soon enough. All right.
Looking forward to see it. But the masqueraders, again, I just love our folklore, and I also like the modern twist. I see that we have majorettes now, so the girls have a whole routine. We actually even saw a clip of the talented teen pageants and contestants walking in their dresses through town, giving the little queen wave.
Of course, I saw that the princesses there, and also what stood out for me from that clip was the fife?
Yes,
that we saw.
Yes. We also
we saw.
We need to go to learn how to make a fife.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming.
Yes, we're on our way. We just need to find the time.
Zach, we're coming. All right. All right.
Do we have one more clip?
So we have no other clip to show, but we could make history now, I suppose. You want to relive, your pageant days? I need to hear you sing that long note that you had.
No, that's okay.
Breathing exercises.
We leave so I need more breathing exercises. I need to go back in the gym we started yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
So we're already on the right track.
Oh my goodness! New Year's resolutions came.
Did you eat your salad?
No, I just said I didn't eat my. Do you want me to lie to you? Okay, this is how it is, right? You have my best interest at heart, and I'm supposed to lie to you not to make you feel bad. All right, I ate my salad, Mimi. That's my. Does that work?
I'll eat a salad today on your behalf.
Oh,
I'll think about you when I'm eating it.
No, I don't know if you're lying or not. I have no clue.
But yes, can you tell us what you miss about Sugar Mass? Again, we're almost there. We're having a soft Sugar Mass. We're having lots of shows, returning of shows. Last night was actually packed for the Miss St. Kitts pageant.
Under the dome.
Yes, under the dome. I'm not exposed to the elements, so that was great. Tonight is the Calypso show. And again, we do have the ability to go in person and to watch it virtually. So Carnival to some extent is back, but we still miss being on the road. Have you ever participated
in Carnival?
Yeah, in Carnival.
I have been one of those spectators. I think you and I talked about this before. I was a spectator. I lived pretty close to, actually, you could say just about College Street Gut. So when I would hear the music and so on, I'll go out or I'll go up to the top of the road and just see everybody pass by, because those routes are what they are, generally on top, coming down Church Street, going back around, etc. Yeah.
So you've never
I've
thought
never
about...
participated. No, I've never participated. It's nothing that there's anything wrong with it. It's just that I've never had the inclination to participate.
Okay. Maybe we could persuade you.
What are we going to have, a Studio 327 troupe?
Maybe we'll have a Studio 327 troupe. I'll hold the camera.
I would love to see that. Guys at home, let us know what you think. If you want to see the people from Studio 327 on Parade Day with our Firefly logo.
Yes, I think you would make a beautiful costume.
Costumes.
We could take some of the Christmas decorations from the tree, the sparkly dragonflies, the balls. Yeah, we could.
I could see why we're on this side of the programming and not on the other side.
We could definitely have a proper troupe, I think. But yes, I actually did Parade one time with Ultra Carnival, and it was so
we talked
much
about that because
fun.
I even joked with you that I didn't know what type of angel you were.
Charlie's angel, a very good angel. But it was lots of fun once you have the right friends. The vibe is good. It's 10 times more exciting and fulfilling to actually be a part of it.
Let's see if we can get that picture of you being that angel. Can we get that picture of Mimi being that angel? Can we find that picture for tomorrow before the session is out? I know the guy who took the picture, and I also know the girl who was in the picture. So can we get those? Just asking.
Yes, but it was lots of fun. It was, and I can't wait for us to bring it back. I don't know when, I don't know how. I mean, we're looking forward to doing that, but here we are with the Omicron variant.
Scary stuff,
Scary stuff, but I mean, life still continues.
It has to.
And we do have a great vaccination rate here in St. Kitts, something that we boast about all the time.
Yeah,
so
other people have been boasting about it for us as well.
Let's trust the science on this one, and let's keep our fingers crossed for Carnival 2022.
And keep our distance if you can.
I don't think that's the nature of our dancing here in St. Kitts, but we'll keep our fingers crossed, and we'll, take our vitamins, take our booster shot if necessary, if that's what you feel inclined to do.
You're going to make me think about vitamin O for Omicron? Is that what we're doing now?
No, that's not. Vitamin C is good. Vitamin D3 is also very good. Drink some bush tea like myself.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And we should be all set and go for Carnival 2022.
Oh, that's what's in the flask, bush tea.
Yes.
Today, okay, I got it.
Yes.
I believe her. I do. Yeah. All right, so that brings us to the end of this very interesting segment.
Yes, in the time machine.
In the time machine. We're going back to the present after the break, okay? Stay tuned.
This is Good Morning SKN with Mimi and Jamie on Studio 327. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who gonna support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Shake. Drop to the ground and take a little cover under a table or strong furniture. Kneel. Bend your head close to your knees. Hold on to a table leg or desk, please. Hands. Behind your head, protect your neck with your arm. Face away from windows, you must understand. If you don't have a shelter to hang on to, remain in a place till the shaking's through now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold. Stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave tsunami, wave tsunami, wave tsunami. Move away from doorways, windows and shelves. Heavy objects could drop. You could damage yourself. Cabinet and bookcases may also fall. Light fixtures and objects mounted on the walls. And if caught outside, find an open space. Debris from buildings may fly in your face. Kneel or sit on the ground. Cover your head and remember every word that I say. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold. Stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami. Drop. Everybody now. Drop. I wanna see you now. Cover your head. Cover your head. Drop. Say everybody now. Tsunami. I want you to put up all your hands. Tsunami. I want you to put up all your flags. Tsunami. Yeah. Tsunami. Yeah. Tsunami. Do not go home without permission. Stay and wait for help and instructions. Do not go down by the seat to watch the action. Just to talk about what has happened. In science lab, chemicals may drop. Exit only after shaking has up. Do not panic, everything will be fine. Don't use the phone line at this time. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Drop, cover and hold. Stay in control. Drop, cover and hold. Don't panic. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Shake. Let me see you shake like earthquake now. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami. Wave. Tsunami.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Mimi, I know you're looking forward to this wonderful segment, so why don't you tell our viewers what it is?
Kwanzaa is an annual week-long celebration of African and African-American history and culture. This celebration takes place from December 26th to the 1st of January, and it focuses on 7 principles that highlight traditional values of the community. Typically, The celebration is observed in the United States, but here in the Federation, the One Love Rastafari movement, in collaboration with Natural Liberty Holistic Foundation, observes it as well. Today we have Rash Iroy of Nevis as a representative here to tell us about Kwanzaa and its observance. So good morning again.
Greetings in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First and Empress Menen. Greetings to ones and ones.
Good morning. So can you tell us what is Kwanzaa? I know that we normally celebrate Christmas, maybe a very Eurocentric Christmas, but can you tell us about Kwanzaa?
I think your introduction of Kwanzaa was pretty good, but however, Kwanzaa is not an alternative for Christmas. It's not a religious holiday. It is, as was mentioned, a traditional Pan-African festival which is celebrated throughout the world. It was started in 66 by Dr. Karenga, who actually visited his homeland, Africa, and would have gained some information on the different festivals and festivities that surround the African people. And as such, he would have put together the Kwanzaa celebrations, which last over 7 days.
So there are 7 principles that focus on traditional values of the African community. What can you tell us about each of them and their relevance to the African diaspora?
Well, actually, the 7 principles, which are called the Nguzo Saba, and that's a Swahili term. And, the whole Kwanzaa language is written or spoken in Swahili, which is a pretty common language throughout the continent of Africa. Now, the 7 principles really put together would encompass our daily life, what we should be aspiring to, something that would touch on our past or African heritage, and also something that would reflect on what the future, what the present is for us. Also preparing us, living on for the future, what to expect, how to plan. 7 terms, Umoja, which means unity. And then there's Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. There's Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. Ujama, which means collective economics. Then there's Nia, number 5, which means purpose. Kuumba is number 6, which means creativity. And Imani, which is number 7, means faith.
It's beautiful. And I know that there are candles, there are specific candles and candle holders. Can you tell us about the meanings and the relevance? Or is it the same 7 principles?
Well, basically, Kwanzaa in itself is a celebration of the first harvest. And the origin of the whole word, the whole terminology would reflect that. And so it's an African celebration which focuses on harvest, what you would have either reaped from the soil or produced by your hands. What you would find is there's a table that is set up displaying all the Kwanzaa items. There are many different items that goes on the table. Outstanding of which is the kinara. The kinara is a candle holder which holds 7 candles. And the 7 candles are of the color of the Kwanzaa colors, the colors of the Kwanzaa flag, which basically comes from the color which Marcus Garvey would have designed for I and I as a black people, as an African people, the red, the black, and the green. And so you have, in the colors of the candle, there's one candle which is black, the center candle called Umoja. And then you have 3 red candles and 3 green candles. Throughout the celebration from the 26th of January to the 26th of December, sorry, to the 1st of January, what you find is on each day, as that specific principle is focused on. And on that day, that particular candle, which represents that principle, is lit. For example, Umoja would be the black candle would be the first candle. After which you have Kujichakulia, which is the first red candle. So after you light the black candle, then you go to the red candle on the second day, the green candle on the third day, back to the red on the fourth day, and you interchange. Now, these candle and principles, as we said, does have the necessary meaning. So when you light the Umoja candle, which is the black candle, which represents unity, you start thinking about working towards unity within the family, within the community. That is really what it's about. The black, of course, in practically all of our representations when it comes to an African people, the black will represent us, our heritage, our African heritage. The red, which would represent our struggles, the bloodshed, the fight that we would have had to put up against injustices. And the green would represent the land, fertile land, the future, the benefits of all the struggles. And so those colors are highly depicted throughout the candles in the Kinara.
Well, thank you.
We
for
also
enlightening
have,
us.
there's also, the sharing of gifts is also very crucial in the Kwanzaa celebration. The children are normally given, handmade, locally made gifts. Especially, these gifts must be somewhat educational, as opposed to something for just entertainment. The gifts must have some serious educational or historical attachment to it.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, for enlightening us so far. We will take a very brief break, and we'll be back to discuss more of Kwanzaa with you. More Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are learning about Kwanzaa through the words of Ras Iroy. Ras Iroy, I want to ask you now, is there a universal way that Kwanzaa is celebrated? Or is it unique to, is there an international standard for celebrating Kwanzaa, or is it unique for your group?
The whole principles of Kwanzaa, yes, there's a universal way. However, you would find a few variations depending on where you are. For example, the type of gifts, the type of fruits, the different items that you find on the table. There would be some difference, but there are some basic similarities, which I would have mentioned: the kinara, the candles, the colors, the symbols of Kwanzaa also are placed on the table, which is the mat, the ears of corn, the fruits, the vegetables, and so on. These are things that you'll find common in every Kwanzaa celebration. The edutainment part of it would be a little different. For us here in Nevis, we use our local artists, string band and all these other bands that are made from local instruments. And of course, we would have had some of our local artists, do singing and poetry and so on. Some people would explain the principles in different ways. For instance, last year we did a skit using our children, displaying and explaining the different principles. This year they did it individually. Some did poems, some did song, some do it through drumming. So there are variations, but at the end of the day, they basically would depict what the principles of Kwanzaa is all about.
So will the communal feast be observed tomorrow as well?
Actually, what is happening though is we know there are 7 days of Kwanzaa. Here in Nevis, we do one communal or one social activity out of the 7 days, and then the other 6 days we expect individuals and individual families
to observe
to carry on the celebration. So we will come together on that particular Sunday, which falls within that week. This year, the Sunday would have fallen on the 26th, which was the first day of Kwanzaa. And so you find we do it's quite a combination, because the highlight of that coming together is actually the feast. And so sometimes you find that we will celebrate that feast communally on one particular day, which may not be the 6th day. However, that's one of the plans that we are looking at, to move Kwanzaa to the other level. We've been in connection over the past years with the government here in Nevis, especially the Department of Community Development and the whole Ministry of Social Development. And they would have given quite a lot, sponsored quite a lot in terms of, helping us to put on this event. What we are aspiring to is to have 7 days of social communal celebration scattered throughout the different parishes in Nevis. We are also hoping that we can move this celebration over to St. Kitts. We do have some interest over. We have some interest over there, and I must say there are quite a lot of people from the St. Kitts community that travel over to Nevis for that celebration. Every year I can say we would have had people from St. Kitts who come over. This year was definitely our greatest turnout. And so that is the direction where we would like to see Kwanzaa go. Again, it is not a replacement for any other religious holiday. You can celebrate your Christmas and still celebrate Kwanzaa. What we will find is the whole celebration of Kwanzaa takes a whole different turn.
Mhm.
So we know once people get into it, they'll be hooked on that celebration.
Indeed, sir. Are there any other events being organized by your group, or are we looking simply to the one activity where you come together collectively for now?
Oh no, the One Love Rastafari movement and Natural Liberty, we basically have activities throughout the year. Every month there's something to celebrate, something to celebrate. Sometimes we combine historical dates and have one celebration, or as the dates occur throughout the month, throughout the year, we meet on that particular day and have the celebration. You know, throughout February, Black History Month, there are many days of celebration. We have Empress Menen's Day, we have Haile Selassie birthday, Haile Selassie's coronation. We celebrate African Liberation Day. We also celebrate August 1st, which is Emancipation Day. And the group we don't actually do this alone. We are a part of a national organization called the ORU, the Organization of Rastafari and Unity. And of course, we come over to St. Kitts and they come over to Nevis. We move back and forth and we have celebrations throughout the Federation.
So how can a person contact the group if we wanted to join in the Kwanzaa celebrations or any of your other celebrations? How could we make contact?
Now I have your contact. You'll get an invitation for the next one. We're not
Great.
partial. It is not specific to any religion. So even though here in Nevis you would have the Rastafari community who takes up that challenge and hold that celebration, we do have a lot of people that are non-Rastas. We have people that go to church in the Sunday morning and then come to Kwanzaa celebration in the afternoon. Christians. We also have, a mixture of races. We've had people of different races. We've had white people who has come amongst us and celebrate Kwanzaa in their fullness. So it is, once you are able to respect the values and the principles of Kwanzaa, then you're welcome. There may be some limitations on your part, depending on your lifestyle, as to how much you can do or you think you can do. But really, the door is open to everyone.
Well, we want to thank you, sir, for taking the time to inform us all about Kwanzaa and give us an update as to the activities and the progress that you're making to sensitize the public to it in Nevis as well.
If you could give me the opportunity, though, I would like to recognize Elder Kofi Adams. He is one of the founders of Kwanzaa in Nevis. He was the chairman of a group called WASET, the WASET Educational Foundation. And WASET they were the ones who started celebrating Kwanzaa. With the transition of Brother Kofi, the One Love Rastafari movement would have made a commitment to continue doing Kwanzaa in Brother Kofi's honor. And so we have kept our word, and we've been doing this now from about 2007.
No, that's wonderful, sir. Thank you again. And it's been an honor to speak with you this morning. Indeed. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors. Thank you. We'll be back with more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cooked today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
And we're back with the final segment here on Good Morning SKN, and that's to find out what's happening.
So, here we go. Yeah, I gotta say, make apologies for what happened this morning, because that's what happened this morning. But what's happening right now is me saying congratulations to Nikira Nichols, by the way, whom I was backing. So I said I would say it after the fact. Of course I was. Nikira, you know you're my girl. So Miss National Caribbean Insurance, Miss Nikira Nichols, has won Miss St. Kitts National Carnival Queen Pageant. And as we announced earlier, yes, she won that. First runner-up was
Canine Blanchett, who is Miss National Bank, and second runner-up was Saskia Evans, the Cable. So last night, Nikira had quite a sweep, if I do say so myself. She won Chairperson's Award, Best Runway Challenge, Most Popular Online, Best Question and Answer, Best Interview, Best Swimsuit, Best Talent, and the Best Evening Gown.
Wow.
Yeah, so she was walking home with lots of trophies last night.
That's a queen, and she looks so regal in her
she did.
gown.
I did her makeup.
You did her makeup?
Yes.
Oh, so the winning face.
Yes, the winning face.
The winning face.
touch.
The winning
energy.
You
Yes, but
bedazzled
all
her.
the girls, it was an absolutely amazing showing. All the girls did exceptionally well. I was very impressed by everyone. So yes, it was a really great show.
Because we didn't talk about it before, I had no idea you were doing her makeup. I would have been like Team Nikira all the way.
Yes.
But congratulations. And all of the girls, as you said, naturally, it's not easy to go into that
It's
competition.
it's not easy at all. And again, they did, it was, again, one of the most anticipated Miss St. Kitts for a long time.
Definitely.
So I'm really happy with the outcome.
Congratulations.
Yes.
All winners. All right, so also in what's happening, Senior Calypso Monarch Finals. Yes, it's finally tonight.
Here.
Finally
Yes,
tonight.
I feel like we've been talking about it for some time.
We have been talking about it ever since we began Good Morning SKN. So here you go. It's coming up. The night when we get to listen to the creative expressions of our local talented Calypsonians. So the competing artists for Sugar Mass 50 are King Astro, King Socrates, Queen Independent, King Hollywood, Queen Kitty, Lady Diva, Murray, Takeover, and of course, the reigning Calypso Monarch. She's going to be defending her crown.
Queenie G. So let's take a look at her winning performance for Sugar Mass 50.
For richer or poorer, we're in this together. As a federation in which to stand as one. It's each for the other, we're in this together. We are one big family.
Yes, so I don't know if that's me speaking prophetically, but yes, that was her winning performance for her last year. So we're excited. I'm looking forward to see what the renditions will be like for this evening, what the performance will be like. I know people get really theatrical, really creative, so I can't wait. Super excited.
Can't wait. You know, you can't wait, huh?
No.
You're back with that. Can't wait.
Yes, can't wait. Right.
All right. So finally on the list, well, third on the list. I assume it's final.
Yes.
No, it's third. Actually, just third. People's United Redeemed Powerful Outstanding Service Empowerment is in the middle of hosting a week of talent-filled events. It's being held at the, I think this is Church of God of Prophecy, I think it is, COGOP, Buckley site from 7:30 p.m. nightly. Tonight is the dance night. Mimi, it's a dance night. You're going to get your groove on. Join Purpose tonight. Bring your family and friends for an inspirational and transformational experience that you will never forget. And refreshments will be on sale. So for more information, search at Purpose SKN on Facebook.
Blue Year's Eve. I don't know. That makes me feel like it's going to be a
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Well, there's no E on blue, so maybe it's going to be a different kind of blue.
Okay, maybe a different kind of blue. Blue Year's Eve at Vibes Beach Bar. They'll be hosting a Blue Year's Eve party tomorrow night to bring in the new year from 10 p.m. until. This event will feature Infinity Sounds, Evolution HD, Multimedia, King Congress, Garlic, Tombstone International, and Unstoppable Sound. Dressed in white, New Year's chic. I don't know if that means, you know, gowns. Chic, sorry. Chic. Yeah. So maybe Jamie could wear this suit. No, but they said dressing. But it's blue. I think blue would go. There will be free champagne to toast at 12 a.m. and a fireworks show. So come on out at Vibes. It's going to start at 10. What a way to bring in the new year. And breakfast actually will be served from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Oh,
I don't know if I could stay out that late.
Yeah, there was also something about a mixologist. Mixologist. I love the name. Mixologist will be on duty all night.
Yes.
All night long.
I don't drink, so I'm not excited by that, but yeah.
Well, all blue drink. Yeah.
Blue Year's Eve. It should be happy. It's not sad.
But here's a kicker for that, because this one stands out. The blue drinks, all blue drinks will be discounted because it's a Blue Year's Eve. Right? It's like a theme party.
Yes, a themed party.
There you go. Order you blue and save a buck or two.
I guess.
Free tagline, by the way.
I guess. So we're at the end of this episode of Good Morning SKN.
No, say it isn't so. Where did the time go?
Well, Jamie could stay here with you if he wishes to, since he likes your company so much and you love his. But I'm going to leave because we're at the end of the show today, Jamie.
What did Mimi not say? Mimi loves you just as much as I do. She knows that. She knows. Do you see
You're
the
very
tear?
dear to my heart. You're very dear to my heart. So we are at the end of the show. And again, this is a reminder to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that is Studio 327 Inc. And you can always start your mornings with these two pleasant faces. From 8 to 10, Monday to Friday. We hope to see you here again soon on Good Morning SKN.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.